Can you hear me? I rearranged everything and kind of adjusted the sounds. So I really would need your feedback. Snare drum, toms. You can hear me talk. Okay, sorry about this afternoon. I'm making that lesson up Thursday, 1 p.m. Paul, Mike, and Michael, and whoever else is watching is not in the chat. But that's okay. Incognito, sneaking in. Anyway, you will have, before Wednesday, 1 p.m., a ton of PDFs. I did say, if you remember, and I feel really uncomfortable, and I have to tune these. I didn't have time to tune them with the toms. We were going to work some linear concepts out. So we're going to start with that. I'm going to give you a little kind of trailer. Okay? Mike, Michael, and Paul, and whoever else may be watching, do we all know how to do the paradiddle diddle? I need some response, yes or no. Yes, no, maybe. Michael, okay. Paul and Mike, what's up? Okay. What is that? Okay, no. I can't see that. Hold on. That's it, okay. That is, well, your label there, Paul, is a right hand paradiddle diddle, starting with the right hand. There you go, thank you. All right, it's starting with the right hand. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and. Al Garcia is back. Very good, Al. Let us see you can be making it. Okay, so what we're going to do with that, we have the right hand paradiddle diddle on one surface, and it's the thought process. I could think of this as 6/8, or 3/4, or 8th note triplets, or 16th note triplets. I'm going to count it actually in, it's a grouping of 6, but I'm going to count it 1 and 2 and 3 in. On one surface, hang out with the drum pad, get it going on, but you need to think about it constantly. We're not going to do bop, boom, boom, all that nonsense. It's a counting system in 3/4, or it's actually 3/8, you could say. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and. That's with the right hand. It's down, tap, tap, up, tap, tap. The right hand. Then we have the left hand, starting with the left. So you have 1 and 2 and 3. Down, tap, tap, up, tap, tap. Now that's how I usually think of the paradiddle diddle when I'm just practicing it by itself and trying to develop some speed. But you could play this in 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Whichever is good for you at the moment. Or you could play it in eighth note triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, I've come up with something, and I'm going to come up with a tremendous amount of variables for you with the PDFs. Okay? We're going to do a linear concept, and if you remember what linear is, only one voice at a time is playing, and it's a straight line. Example, I'm going to give you a straight line of quarter notes a couple times in 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now that's a straight line of quarter notes. Now if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, that's actually, it's a straight line of half notes. But if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, that's not a linear line of quarter notes. So it's a straight line. If I go like this, if I play my bass drum, 1, 2, 3, that's a linear line of quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. Now if I put a tom in there, 2, 3, 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not linear. That's layered or harmonic. Now all notes are in harmony. I don't want to get into the scientific aspect of the whole thing, because that's not what this is. This is not Science 109. Okay? This is linear drumming, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm not going to play two voices at one time. Now, the reason why I set up my snare, my tom-tom 1, my tom-tom 2, and my tom-tom 3, I have another one back here, but I'm not going to use that. This seems to be the norm lately. Two wings, floor tom-tom, and snare. I feel a little unusual, a little uncomfortable, and just bear with me, but I'll have it down in a couple days, I hope. Feeling comfortable moving around. Now we're going to take the paradiddle diddle, and we're going to start with the right hand on the snare drum. But we're going to alternate between the bass drum and the snare drum. Watch this. 1 and 2 and, I'm sorry. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now, the reason why I have the toms like this is we're going to go clockwise with the right, clockwise with the left. Now this is only one variable. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Left. 1 and 2. Left hand. Right. Back and forth, over and over again. Now, I'm not going to be playing it at an astronomical speed at the moment. I'm just demonstrating what we're going to be doing Wednesday. So I'll give you a heads up on it. I am going to put the metronome come Wednesday at a very slow tempo, and then gradually increase it and increase it and increasing it until maybe I meet my max. How to practice. This is one variable. You're starting with the right. One variable. Now, I'm going to give you one more variable that we're going to work with. And I'm going to have that going on. Okay, like I said, I feel uncomfortable with the new drum up there, and I don't really like to play with two small toms. We can change the left. See what I did? I replaced it with, instead of the bass drum, my hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. So on and so forth. Now I'm going to come up with a tremendous amount of different exercises, both in 6/8 on one surface. We're going to run down the stick control too as alternating paradiddle diddles. or 2 right paradiddle-diddles and 2 left paradiddles, whatever the sticking calls for. And what we're gonna do, it's a heck of a journey, a lot of work, and it's essential that you use the metronome. Now, I'm not gonna perform it right now, I'm just showing you where we're going. Okay? So that takes care of the paradiddle-diddle, what I wanted to do. I did say that last week. Now, what I like to do, in addition to that, as you can see, I have the patterns. That's the Gary Chaffee book. Then I have the Jim Chapin book. And then I have the Syncopation book. And we're going to see why these books are so valuable and why they should be in everyone's library. Now, Mike, does everybody have this book, Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer by Jim Chapin? It's upside down, I can't see, there you go. Is that upside down? There you go, that's better. Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer. You have it, Paul? Michael, all right, that's okay, you don't need to buy this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to the back of the book, okay, and let me see what page I want to do. We're going to do a breakdown of, where's the page number? 42. Now, the way this is presented, I don't really care for the symbol pattern, because if you want to become technically and mathematically correct, if you don't have it, it's not a problem. I'm going to write it out and break it down. The way he has presented it here, the rise symbol as the dotted eighth note, 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E and the 1. I don't agree with that against the triplet. You can play it, but it becomes now 3 against 4. We're not going to deal with that. So I'm going to change the symbol pattern to the triplet. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1. Now what I want to show you is, in comparison, you have, I'm going to do 4, maybe 5, 6, 7 measures. I'm going to write them out, and I'm going to break it down. Then we're going to go to Gary Chaffee's book, and we're going to see what the approach, the difference of approach, with playing against the pattern with the fills and the triplet and whatever. And the Syncopation book, we're going to work with the triplet fill-ins against the jazz time. And you're going to see where all this comes. Now, what I say, and I'm not going to bash anyone, because it's not a very professional thing to do. The Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer, I get confused there. Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer is an iconic book in the drum world, okay? And the reason why I read, this is how I feel personally. Paul, pay attention. Wait a minute, let me see what that was. Hold on. That was page 42. I'm going to do a breakdown. If you're on page 42, hey Russ, how are you? If you're on page 42, you'll see he's doing eighth note triplets, quarter note triplets. However, he's playing it against the dotted eighth note, which mathematically becomes 3 against 4. And I don't agree with that. And I'm not going to say he's incorrect, because he's not. You can play it. But to me, that's very stiff and it doesn't swing. Now, went through this whole book painfully, the way he wrote it. Drove me crazy. But I challenged myself to do the book, and I did. Then I grabbed hold of, and God bless Jim Chapin. You know, I think that the reason, one of the biggest reasons, you know, when this was first published, I think it was what, 1948? Mercy. Yeah, I was 2 years old. And the bebop thing and the jazz independence, he made visible. The graphics is what really made this book. Okay, it's a great book, no doubt about it. It has helped me, but I still feel, and this is just me, you may think the same or you may not. And I'm not saying what I feel for argument's sake. The book don't swing. Simple. Okay? Gary Chaffee's book swings. And without a doubt about it, the syncopation book swings. So what we're going to do is make that comparison and what approach you should take, or what I recommend you taking. And you be judgmental about the whole thing. Okay? What is it, Paul? All right. Russ, I just gave everyone a heads up on what we're going to do Wednesday, both 1 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. We're going to work the paradiddle diddle to an astronomical speed, linear concept with a couple variables. But first, before you do that, you need to strengthen it on one surface, the thought process. And like I said to everyone, before Wednesday, you will have a ton of PDFs, okay? Now, everybody listen in to Mike Downey's drum. The drums are amazing. However, I feel so bad that my system did not house the sound that it was supposed to sound like. So I apologize. But now, I have to be honest with everyone. I truly know now the concept of what a true free-floating drum is. His drums sound amazing. What amazes me about those drums, tuning them. You don't have to tune the bottom head. All you do is tune the top head, and the bottom head will coincide with the top head. Unbelievable drums. Now, he had an array of different sizes. That's the ones he wanted to put up there. But he had a beautiful bebop set that I asked him to do. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to demonstrate his whole thing there. Great guy, man. Very passionate about drumming. Extremely knowledgeable. And, you know, people, when they buy drums, it's only because someone uses DWs or someone uses Ludwig or whatever. And they don't really investigate the drum itself. They look at, oh, I want this finish. They don't care about the sound, basically, of the drum. They care about the finish. And this man can make any finish you like. It's not a problem. And he explained the difference of the layers of the plies, and a chamfered edge and a beveled edge. And remember, Mike, when he was talking about the black rims on the bottom? That houses the drum, free floating. There is nothing that touches that drum. That's free floating. Absolutely. Okay, so now, other than that, Mike said, I told him I was going to have a mini camp sometime in October. The date hasn't been established yet, which I'm waiting on you guys to get together and tell me what date you want to do, so everybody can do it at the same time. He will come from upstate New York, and he will put his drums here. And you can see exactly what he's doing, and we'll film it. So it's up to you guys. So I think, Russ, are you going to be coming? You could do 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. It don't matter. So I know, Paul, you got to get your schedule. Mike, you're definitely coming. Al Garcia, you have a jet, right? You're a rich man. You have a jet you could take here. Just kidding, Al. and Michael Lewis, why don't you guys exchange emails, see what, who's this? See what dates you can get together with. Who is this? Might be Sturlock. Hello, how are you? Is this the first time you're here, sir? You're a young man or a young lady or whatever. Good. Okay, well, I've been doing, just give me a second, gentlemen. I've been doing some free YouTube broadcasts, but it's not going to happen so much now, so often. You know, I will be back on Wednesday, 1 p.m. and Thursday, 1 p.m. I have a website if you want to become a member. I broadcast Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. So if you want to become a member. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, you know, I say hello, miss, and they say I'm a guy. I say hello, sir, and they say I'm a girl. I'm just being nice and polite. Don't get upset. Chill out. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Sturlock. How long have you been playing? And you know, what kind of music you play? What kind of technique you play? Okay, so tell me what kind of music you play and how long you've been playing. Okay, good. Pop, rock, all right, that's good, that's your choice. You gotta have fun when you're playing. The gentlemen that are in this group right now take drumming as an art. The music that they select is what they select because that's what they like. And if you like pop and you like rock, that's a good thing, yeah? That's what you like, and it takes ability and talent to do that. I teach. Sure, ask the question. That's what this is about. Maybe I hope I can answer it. Everyone here takes drumming as an art. They establish their own voice. I have a lot of groups on Facebook, and I established a cover tune room only, because everybody wants to do cover tunes. You know, and there's nothing wrong with doing cover tunes, but that's not an art. That does take ability, that takes a talent, takes work, but that's not an art. You're not establishing your own voice, you're not making a statement. I mean, I play rock, and I play pop to make a living, and I play jazz. Jazz is an art form that's the only art form of music that America has. They could say it's theirs. I'm waiting for the question, sir. Okay, well, I didn't really, I wanted to just demonstrate the paradiddle-diddle in those formations. All right, let's see what this is. Well, you know, you had an injury, and I feel bad about that. I mean, things happen, and it's your right hand that is bothering you, or is it your left hand? You know, lefty, first off, nothing against left-handed players, but I think that's kind of foolish. Here's my take on left-handed players when they play the drums. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're leaning towards your left, but the object is to make the right and the left side equal. However, let me just give you something here. If you decide you wanted to take piano lessons, okay, if you're righty or lefty, does that matter? You don't change the keys around. Now, I've played on a couple different sets. For example, Lenny White. Lenny White has a strange setup. German traditional grip. Well, then you don't have, you can't grab it using the German, like so. I mean, if you want to, you know, if you're going to keep it right-handed, you can, hey, the sticks don't like me today. Hold on a second, gentlemen. You have a problem holding your sticks German, correct? If you want to hold your right hand traditional, and you want to hold your right hand German, well, that's not good if you're playing in serious pain. If you're going to play traditional with the left hand like so, I mean with the right hand like so, you have no choice but to, I guess you can, I mean that's unusual. That's to set it up left-handed, you should set it up left-handed because you want your right here. Right symbol or your right symbol here. Well, if that's going to make you comfortable and that's going to work, I mean, if you're left-handed and you're going to move around this way, you know, to the floor top, you're going to move this way, okay? And your right symbol's here. I mean, if you're going to, you say you can't play the right hand German because you're in a lot of pain. Was it due to some work-related accident? Yeah, you could change the whole set around if you want to do it that way. If you feel comfortable and it's stronger, but stay in the stick control book. And if you're going to go like this, same thing happens. Full strokes, equalizing the both sides. Just that now you're going to favor your left side because you're left-handed. You change your whole setup around if that's going to help you. I mean, you want to change everything around because you're going to play left-handed, do it. Try it. Okay, somebody left. I guess I'm getting boring. Where's my mouse? Okay. All right. Who left? Let's roll call. Paul's here. Al Garcia's here. Michael Lewis. Mike Forbes. Ross, you still here? Roll call. Knock, knock. Bob. Well, that's good. I like that. What would you guys recommend him doing? Let's all get in tune with this. Let's try to help the gentleman around. Let's try to help him. Give him some advice. That's what I say too, Paul. He's having some issues the other way, so he has to try it that way. What do you think about that, Sturlock? What is your first name? Well, I had some bad taste with lefty drummers. Great guy, man. I love the guy. Daniel Glass. Man, he does a show for me. I got to change my whole setup for him. That is a pain. I'm not changing my setup no more. Oh, talking about guests, other than Mike Downing coming here. Daniel. right, so just come in as Daniel. Anyway, speaking of a Daniel, where are you from, Daniel? There you go. That's some good advice, gentlemen. He has to try it. No, there's what's his name again? Lenny White. I have a few lefty students. Well, that's something that you need to deal with. I can't help you with the set being weird. Anyway, where are you from, Sherlock? Or Daniel, rather. All right, anyway, talking about guest artists, we're going to start with the New Breed. What I would really like to do is go right to it. The gentleman that I'm going to have, we're trying to come to a date because these guys are all over the place. Doing shows in Florida, one's in England, one goes to Australia, Benin, all that set up. There you go, good advice, Paul. Anyway, I have John Berger and Carl Latham. They were former students of Gary Chester. So they have some great insight about his book, The New Breed 1, The New Breed 2. And as a matter of fact, there's a whole broadcast going to be coming on, or a video rather, on YouTube of interviews of all, well not all, but most of Gary Chester's students with his daughter. But anyway, I'm trying to put that together for you. And then Carl's going to be doing a show by himself. And John Berger's going to be doing a show by himself. And we're going to have Mark Walker again. Mark Walker is a professor at the Berklee College of Music, or Berklee School of Music, however you want to pronounce it, or say it. And Mike Clark will be coming again. So it should be a interesting couple months, from now to December. But gentlemen, please. Well, if you don't have a choice, you got to go with it and work that much harder, Daniel. It's as simple as that. You have to work hard. You just have to start thinking differently. Okay. Hard work. Okay, gentlemen. I need for you guys, I don't want to keep pushing it, but I want to lock it up for one of the weekends in October, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like I said, why don't we all exchange emails and see what would be good for you? It's going to be a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. That's 3 days. If you want to come for 2 days, you want to come for 1 day, fine. But I'm going to have a guest artist, as a matter of fact. And I'm not sure if that's going to be Mike Clark or either Lenny White. I'm not sure. All right? Now, Wednesday, 1 p.m., YouTube. 8:30 p.m., my channel. My site. And again, to make up for today's lesson, for the 1 o'clock lesson, I moved it over to Thursday. What's a good day? You got a long weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What we'll do, are you saying you're not going to come, Paul? I don't know what that means. It's not tough. You just say, call in sick, get on a plane, I'll pick you up at the airport Friday morning and take you back Sunday. Okay. All right, then Mike and Mike, get together. Michael Lewis and you. And what about you, Ross? All right, Wednesday, 1 p.m., we're going to work on the paradiddle diddles. Did you catch that, Ross, what I did with the paradiddle diddle? made a linear concept around the drum set. I'm gonna take it real slow and build up to a maximum tempo. I don't know what tempo that might be. Did you catch that? Oh, okay. You didn't tell me where you're from, Daniel. Where are you from? And we're going to work out the Jimmy Chapin book, and we're going to make the comparison. You're not coming, Ross, is that what you said? All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Daniel. Yeah, I've played in many bands. 6 nights, 7 nights a week, 20 years, 25 years in that zone. And right now, all I'm doing, occasionally I'll go out and I'll play a jazz gig. And I'm more focused in on education. It takes a lot of my time. I've played, if you go to my website, do you have my address, Daniel? Go to my website. Let me see if I can put that in here, if it would accept it. Good, okay. Here's my website, Daniel. Go check it out. There's a bio there. It'll tell you whatever you need to know. Okay? Have I ever played in a band? Of course I played in a band. Daniel, where are you from? Please, help me out here. So we're going to work with the Paradiddle Diddle, the Jimmy Chapin book, the Syncopation book, and the Gary Shafee book. Where are you from? Daniel, one more time. Where are you located? Al Garcia. Al Garcia, are you in the audience still? All right. Any questions? Okay. Al, what do you recommend Daniel do? Should he change his setup to left-handed? Michael and Mike and Al and Ross, any questions? All right, let me give you a little heads up on the Paradiddle Diddle again. All right, let me go over that. This is what you're going to get a ton of PDFs, okay, for Wednesday, before Wednesday's lesson. All right, the Paradiddle Diddle, it's more of a thought process. Everybody should know the Paradiddle Diddle. The right hand Paradiddle Diddle, right, left, right, right, left, left. But it's the way you think about it. Yeah, well, I do lessons like that on the drum pad, and I will. But you need to answer me. Where are you from? That's good advice, Al. No commitment, but trying it. Daniel, you're from Europe. Okay. Well, when I do lessons, if you want to get on my mailing list, hold on, Ross, I'll do that in a second. Email me, we'll talk. Here's my email address. Oh. Binga bonga boom binga boom boom. Okay. email me, I'll put you on the my email list, my mailing list, and you'll get a heads up of what the criteria, the agenda is for the particular lesson. Yeah, I do work on one surface. You don't have to call me sir, my name is Matt. Okay, that's very respectful, young man, I like that, but that's no need for that. It's everybody's family here. We're friends, and we're all drummers trying to go to the next level. Let me get back to the paradiddle diddle. What I did was I took the paradiddle diddle in a grouping of 6, or it's right, left, right, right, left, left. That's a right hand paradiddle diddle with the right hand lead. The left hand side, which is you lead with the left. So we're going to do a linear concept with I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 different variables. That's still, Jesus, I got to fix that. Between the bass drum and the right hand. That's the reason why I set this up this way, so we can maneuver clockwise with the paradiddle diddle. We're going to distribute it between the snare drum and the bass drum. Let me put it back on snares. So I'm thinking. So we're going to move around clockwise, nice and slow. I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 different variables utilizing the stick control book, okay, in addition to that linear concept. And we're going to work from the Jimmy Chapin book. That was page, I believe, what did I say, 42? I have it here. And I'm going to do a breakdown, not with the dotted 8th note, with the triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4. What did I teach you a while ago? The paradiddle diddle? Is that what I gave you? Al, is that what you're talking about? Or the jazz pattern? I mean, I taught a lot of things. I've been doing this for a little while now, and I try not to repeat lessons, but I get new guys come in, so it gets a little confusing. Okay, time for me to close it up. No questions. I will be back YouTube come Wednesday, 1 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. my site. Oh, okay. I don't remember that. But there's new guys in here that I didn't do that with. So it's always good to revisit and see how you're doing. You too, Daniel. Okay, gentlemen. You guys have a good night. It's time for Uncle Matt to say night-night. I can't see that far. Mercy, where are you? Oh, boy. Okay. We're off the air, gentlemen. I think.